Hi everyone, welcome to another session with Science Didi. Today we have two more guests with us, Miss Tejasri Zalte and Mr. Nikhilesh Asanvikyan. So today we are going to do something unique on Science Didi. We are going to be playing the games that we have made. We have always talked about the games that are available on the market, and today we thought that we should include an audience and also have a competition of sorts, playing valency cards of elements. So all of us, why don't we show our valency cards of elements to the screen? So we all have our set of valency cards of elements. So, Tejasri, do you have your set of valency cards? Okay, I think Tejasri can't hear us. Okay, so I'll first introduce Nikhilesh, and Nikhilesh, I would want you to introduce Tejasri to us after we introduce you. So Nikhilesh, I'm going to talk about your work with Asan Vigyan. So I would like for our audience to know that Nikhilesh is the one who has created the valency cards of elements, and all of this is because of his efforts through Asan Vigyan. So Asan Vigyan is it's a science platform similar to Science Didi, but it's not having any products as such, because Nikhilesh is a firm believer of propagating science and popularizing science to everybody, and he has been doing this work for more than 5 years. Nikhilesh, am I correct?
Yeah, around 5 to 6.
Yeah. So he has been promoting individual social responsibility, which involves demystifying difficult concepts for science and innovating novel methods to learn science and applying insights of neuroscience on education. The bigger goal is to inculcate Vaigyanik Sanskar. So the mainstreaming of science that we talked about, the culture of being a scientist, that is something that we also feel, and Nikhilesh also feels strongly, should be propagated among people and become a norm. And to fulfill this fundamental duty of 51AH, I hope, Nikhilesh, you can speak a little bit about the constitutional 51AH section and explain to us what is under it and why it is important. The promotion under which actually there is a promotion of scientific temper, humanism, spirit of inquiry, and reform. Asan Vigyan strives to apply rational compassion to see and solve personal, ethical, and socio-economic issues. So, Nikhilesh, we completely agree with your principles of science propagation and how important it is in social reconstruction. Now, I would like to call Linsha, our co-founder, to tell us more about Nikhilesh's glowing career.
Hello everyone. So meet Nikhilesh, my better half. So he's a scientist at Baba Atomic Research Center. So he's into science education since 7 years, and we have been doing a lot of work together in Tudbe. So that's where we met. So over to you, Nikhilesh.
Yeah, thanks, Linsha, for highlighting the better side of me. I feel really grateful to be having you people in my life and to actually make all these crazy ideas come to reality. And that's where Science Didi has been.
So this has been the best collaboration ever that I've had.
Yeah. So with that, so we have Tejasri here. So
hi, Tejasri.
Yeah. Tejasri, you can hear us? Yeah, hi. So once these card games were ready, Corona came in, and all our activities were stopped. Okay,
correct.
So thanks to Sampada, she is one of Sampada's students.
Okay.
Teach for India. So she said, okay, we have some students in 9th standard with whom we can she was looking for a science teacher. So I thought, okay, we can try the online platform and learn. So we have been learning together for the past 3 months, 2-3 months, and just for the past 1 month we have been learning using these card games. And so Tejasri is among them who has mastered these card games within that period of time. And she's just in 9th standard, and these things come in 10th standard syllabus.
Correct.
And she has in fact given us more confidence in going forward and promoting these card games. Not that we made it, but actually this is working. So that is something which we also strive to get data of whether that is working or not. And Tejasri has been one of those who have actually understood the method and have implemented that. So we are really delighted to. And she is the one who is going to be hosting the game. So just prior to that, I just want to share a few slides to give a small background of science in general and where these card games come into the picture. So we can just, instead of just going and start playing the games about atoms, we just want to know where we came in the first place to know about atoms and what do we know about the rest of science. So with that, I'll just share the screen. And okay, so hope my slides are visible.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so welcome again to the dance of valence electrons. So before we enter the dance, just an introductory story to the whole dance, and would like to call it a curious adventure called science, and a brief introduction of the story of science so far. So I'm not going into the history of science. I'm just going into more like a experimental approach or more like an experiential approach. So everyone, we can just start from a totally empty place. Okay, so if suppose it's also empty, also dark, but let's begin the journey no matter what. For that, can you make the smallest mark? So what is the smallest mark that we can make?
A dot.
Yes, a dot.
Point.
Okay, so it's a dot, and dot by dot, if we add like beads of pearls in a straight long thread, a word that rhymes with fine and dine, dot 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 forms a
Line.
line. Yes,
Yes.
excellent. So dot 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 forms a line. So that is our first dimension in space that we measure. Okay, this is one dimension. Okay, so line by line, students stand. They cover a huge dash of land.
Area.
Yes, very good. So it's area of land. So when you add lines in parallel, we get a 2-dimension. So that is the area of land. Okay, page over page piled up in place would fill up the whole 3D. So it's volume and 3D space. Yeah, it's the same thing. Okay, so so we have 1-dimensional line, 2-dimensional area, and 3-dimensional volume. So we can say that this is our whole empty space, and dot is a 0-dimensional thing. So it's just a location or a point, like we have in Google Map. It's just a point in 3-dimensional space. Okay, now that we talk about Google Map, suppose we have mentioned one point. Suppose we have to meet there. Okay, so along with that, which dimension one has to keep pace with? Suppose if we have to meet at a place, and let's say we finalize one location, let's say on Earth at London. So along with this place and space, what else one needs to mention if this meeting is supposed to happen?
Time.
Yes, along with space, the other dimension is time. Okay, so we are living in this space-time dimension. And this is so obvious to like reiterate, but just to imagine this fact that this empty space and time is where we are in. Even the Earth, the sun, and everything that is there in this empty space and time. So Big Bang, it's time to fill the space. So how many ways can we do that? So how are we going to do in how many ways? So we have this empty space and time. So suppose we just open our eyes. The first thing that we see is light. Okay, we need to see something. That means we need light. Okay, so this empty space is filled with light. It is also filled with matter that we can touch, feel, smell, and hear. So all the other senses that we are dealing with relates to matter, and light is something which we see. Okay, so this world is basically in a way made up of light and matter. Okay, and so to find the link between the light and matter, we need to go deeper, and that is where we understand that charge is there. There is something known as charge. So matter is not something homogeneous. It has something known as charge, and it covers some interesting properties. We'll get into that. And to again connect to our own senses. So light is something which we can see, and sound is something which we can hear. and light is propagation of this electromagnetic radiation. Okay, and sound is basically the vibration of atoms in space. Okay, so when there is no matter, then you cannot hear anything. Okay, so that is sound. So with that, let's proceed further. So if you go to the fundamentals, so there are basically only 4 forces as far now in the universe. So one is related to gravity, that is related to the mass. Okay, other is related to electromagnetism. It is about chemical reactions and electricity. It's about all the protons and electrons. This is where our dance is also about. Okay, so this is the place where we'll be concentrating about. And just to mention that there are 2 more fundamental forces that is happening within the nucleus of the atom. We'll get to that. But within the atom also there are smaller particles, and this is related to that. Okay, within the nucleus. Okay, so we can say that mass causes gravity. Okay, electricity is caused by migration of positive and negative charges, and light is due to these excitations and the energy interactions between them. Okay, and magnetism is due to the spin of electrons. So there is one charged particle known as electrons, and its spin, or we can imagine like off spin and leg spin. Okay, just for the sake of imagination, that some magnetic properties are related to that. Just for like if you want to vaguely end there and move on, and there is a link between electricity and magnetism, right? And that is where we use electric motor and electric generator. So there is a charge carrying conductor here in a magnetic field, and that brings motion to it. Okay, so that is motor. But at the same time, when we move the charge with the charge carrying conductor in the magnetic field, we generate electricity. So that is generator. So somehow the matter is not just mass, it has some more interesting properties also. Okay, about electricity. Okay, so before the whole idea of like merging physics and chemistry, we all thought that that there is matter, and the whole elements that which is made up of matter was classified as in the terms of mass. So this is Mendeleev. So this is Mendelev's mother. Okay, so her contribution to science is immense. Just to point out, so when Mendeleev was just one young little like a school child, maybe in 11th and 12th standard, almost at that point of time, and his family was going through a lot of crisis. So his whole factory exploded, and most of his father passed away. Many of their brothers and sisters passed away, and this is Maria Mendeleev. She took Mendeleev on a horse ride from Tobolsk to Moscow. Imagine the winter of Russia, and she traveled more than 1,000 miles in a horse to get him admitted to the college. So that is her contribution to the whole journey of science. Very important contribution. Very interesting story of Mendeleev. Yeah. And to proceed further, like when we discovered radioactivity, so that is when this whole idea of atom being indivisible broke, shattered into pieces. So within the nucleus, there is protons and neutrons, and the alpha particle that is generated. Okay, so that was used to see that actually the atoms are empty. It's mostly empty. Everything is passing through that. So if you could penetrate a gold foil with alpha, what was imagined was that everything should reflect back. But most of the things were passing through, and only a small fraction was coming back. So this was Rutherford's experiment that totally shattered the idea of a hard atom. So that which is solid is actually not solid actually, in a way. There is so much empty space between inside the atom itself. Okay, so that changed the whole the model of the way we see the atom. Okay, so the matter which we assume it to be hard is actually made up of protons and neutrons in the center, which is the hard part, and electrons are just bumbling around. Okay, so we also know that like charges repel each other. Sorry, like charges repel each other and opposite charges attract each other. So that is how the protons are keeping the electron intact in the atom. Okay, so physics and chemistry together tell how atoms behave. Okay, so apart from that, there is different way to probe the atom, and that is the electromagnetic spectrum, and light is just one small part of the spectrum. Okay, so there is if the wavelength is very big, we have the radio stations. Okay, then we have the range in which we work with the cell phones, and the remote control is infrared, and the sun emits ultraviolet and light also, and we have X-ray machines, and we also have radioactive elements which emit gamma rays, which have other applications. But this is a whole spectrum in which we only see a very small part that is known as a visible spectrum. Okay, so where does that come in, and what is the link between light and matter? So what we see that was discovered by Niels Bohr is that when electrons are jumping from one energy level to another, it emits a certain kind of radiation, and that radiation many a time corresponds to the light radiation. And depending on the atom, for example, if it's hydrogen, then only a certain transitions are possible. So these energy states are almost like fixed for a certain atom. If you take helium, then only a certain transitions are possible, and corresponding to these transitions, we have light that is emitted by an atom. So each and every atom, if you can split the spectrum, the light that is emitted from that atom, if you can excite it and observe the light and split the spectrum, okay, we see that each and every atom has a specific signature in itself. So each and every element that initially, which was classified by mass based on their atomic mass, we got something much better way to classify. And that is first started off with spectrum, and later came the concept of atomic, the number of protons in the nucleus. That was started by Bohr. So that is where. Yes. Okay, I think there was some lag. No problem. Okay, so. Fine. I think there is some echo here.
Yeah. There is some echo. Yeah.
Okay, so should I proceed?
No, to the audience it is going to be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so initially we have Democritus and certain old ancient African and Indian scientists also who assumed that this world is made up of atoms. I'm not going into that detail. Okay, then Dalton came up with the law of stoichiometry. That compounds have a certain ratio, like water has 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. Then came Thomson, who made who gave the understanding that there are electrons, which is like a plum pudding model that people might have come across, that there are electrons in the solid atom. Okay, so this is another one interesting story of how science propagates. So Thomson was the teacher of Rutherford, and what Rutherford did was he debunked Thomson's model itself. So he came up with a better theory than his teacher, and he came up with a model where in center there is a positive charge and electrons are surrounding it. Then came Bohr, and Bohr said that these electrons have to be arranged in specific energy ranges only. So there is a certain ranges where these electrons have to be arranged, because that is what we are observing through the electromagnetic spectrum and the transition. Okay, and then came Chadwick, who was the student of Rutherford. Okay, so he came and he blew apart Rutherford's model, and he said that the center also has neutron. Okay, so that is where, like, Thomson, who was the teacher of Rutherford, he got his model debunked by his student, and Chadwick, one student of Rutherford, he debunked the model of Rutherford, and he came up with a better model. And after that addition, we have this modern periodic table, in which there is obviously contribution of quantum scientists also. We are not going into quantum science at this point of time, but that is somewhere where we understood that this whole model that is we are having today in the form of modern periodic table. Okay, so when we see the modern periodic table, it feels very scary. Like, what are all these information out here? And there are so many symbols, there are so many elements. We have to, like, but this is the ABC of chemistry. Unless we are familiar with this, then further chemistry learning becomes very difficult. And if you see this is, in my opinion, the most wonderful piece of puzzle solved by humankind. Like, each and every scientist came in and contributed. Like, this whole concept of radioactivity was given by Madame Curie. From Becquerel, it went to Curie, and she came up with some new elements as well. And so based on different inputs, we have this whole period that is filled up. Okay. So that is where we understand what is this chemistry is about. So just some interesting facts about chemistry. Like, chlorine is a deadly poisonous gas. Chlorine element number 17. And sodium is a very corrosive metal. Okay, but together they form the common table salt. Okay, NaCl. So the property of chlorine it does not have that property of sodium. It does not have that. It has its own property of NaCl. And if we understand this periodic table of element and electronic configuration and this whole dance of valency, right, then we can understand why sodium and chlorine will come together to form sodium chloride, and the formula will be NaCl only. No other formula is possible. Okay, so that whole information in a way is given in the periodic table itself. Okay, so another example, Carl Sagan's one more famous quote, that the nitrogen in our DNA, the calcium in our teeth, the iron in our blood, the carbon in our apple pies were all made inside a collapsing star. Okay, within a collapsing star, everything started off with hydrogen, and in this high energy atmosphere, okay, so things started to fuse. So just imagine, like, if we can just meditate on this fact that whatever senses that we are using or whatever we are feeling, if we go back in time, all that matter, it goes back within a star. So we are all made up of that star stuff. So this wonderful life that we are having is so precious, even from a scientific point of view, because we are not going to get this chance to like understand life and understand the whole universe, and that itself is a big appreciation of life that science gives, and this whole sense that in a way it values life, like in that sense it's something really unique and amazing that is going on. And so where science, chemistry and biology is connected, so when we understand the atoms, then we understand how molecules form, and this group of molecules can show really different behavior, and sometimes in perfect combinations it can also give birth to life. So we are all this whole dance of electrons is what is happening inside us also, and one unique dance is life itself. One very in a way the most beautiful dance of chemistry is life itself, and the whole branch of biology dives into the wonders of this whole dance and gives more insights into it. Okay, so so this is Linus Pauling. So he has been his book The Nature of Chemical Bond is one of the most cited book ever that has been written. So and he says that I feel sorry for people who don't understand anything about chemistry. They are missing an important source of happiness. It's not in terms of knowledge, but the source of wonder that chemistry gives. It's amazing. So how to understand? We go to the ABC of elements. Okay, so wherein we have come up with this card games, and this has been one of the first product that has been launched thanks to Science Didi. And so here we are trying to demystify this whole periodic table and try to correlate what is going on. Okay, so there is a certain way in which it is classified. We are added a color code to make it more easy to group the elements together and proceed further. Okay, so in the first group we have hydrogen, lithium, sodium. If we see that there's center, there's proton, and outside there is electrons. Okay, so depending on the number of protons, that will be equal to the number of electrons, because unlike charges attract, and they will attract equal number of electrons. So in the center of the card we have protons, outside the card we have electrons. Okay, I think I'll show with this. Sorry, just a second. Yeah. So in this slide, so the first row elements that we see, if you see the electronic configuration, that is 121 and 281. So all of them want to be like inert gas. Okay, so they want to have a complete outer shell so that they are chemically stable. So in order to attain that stability, what they have to give, they have one extra electron outside, so they can give electron. We see that hydrogen is given in a different color because it's a non-metal. It can also take electron. Okay, but lithium and sodium, they will prefer to give electron. Okay, so when we move on to beryllium and magnesium, we can see that on the outside there are 2 electrons. Okay, so this is what we term as valency. That means how many electrons are actually going to participate in the chemical reaction. Okay, or how many electrons can an atom take or give or share. Okay, so when we come to beryllium, we have outermost 2 electrons, and magnesium also, they give 2 electrons. So that is their valency is 2. And if we can say it as oxidation state, that means we can add a charge to that. That means if we give electron, they attain a plus charge. Okay, since electrons are negative charge. Okay, so they will lose their electron overall. Then they will have 4 proton in the center. For example, beryllium. but only 2 electrons, since they gave away the 2 electrons, so it will have +2 charge. Okay, so then we move on to boron and aluminium. They have +3 charge. They can give 3 electrons in the outermost shell. But when they come to carbon, okay, so 4 is filled, 4 is unfilled. Okay, so when this 4 that is unfilled, they can share electrons to fill these also. So what happens, instead of giving all their electrons, they will prefer to share. Okay, and they form a different kind of bond known as covalent bond, that is sharing of electrons. And here they prefer to give electrons. As we move towards in the right side of the periodic table, these will prefer to share electrons. Okay, carbon and silicon, they will prefer to share electrons. Then nitrogen and phosphorus, they have only 3 vacancies in the outer shell. They have 5 outer shell filled. Okay, so when they have 5 outer shell filled, they can take 3 electrons. Okay, oxygen and sulfur, they can take 2 electrons. Fluorine and chlorine, they can take 1 electron. And helium, neon and argon, since their outermost shell is already full, okay, so they do not participate in chemical reactions. And so when you open the chemistry textbooks, we hardly get to learn about helium, neon and argon. Okay, so most of the chemistry has to do with this only. And unless we get the core concept of valency ready and imbibe all this information, that what is the atomic number of fluorine, so based on the atomic number, what is the configuration? Okay, so that is something which we have to remember. And if we remember the last configuration, like helium, it is 2, neon, it is 2,8, and argon, it is 2,8,8. Okay, so that is something which we can remember, so that we can see that whether an element will give, take or share electrons. Okay, so once we know that, then we can understand what kind of bond they will bond. For example, when there are 2 chlorine, we see that both want to share electrons. Nobody wants to give electrons. So they will form a non-polar covalent bond because they are of the same type. Non-polar means equal sharing. So equal element will have equal sharing. Okay, so they will both share 1 electron. Okay, then suppose we have sodium. So sodium, everybody wants to give electrons. So sodium will bond among itself in metallic form. Okay, so a different kind of bond will form. But sodium and chloride will form an ionic bond because sodium wants to give electron and chlorine wants to take electron. 1 electron. So that will form a ionic bond. And polar covalent means that there will be a sharing, like hydrogen wants to share electrons, but that will not be of equal sharing. That means chlorine wants to pull electron more towards itself. So it will have a partial negative charge and a partial positive charge. Okay, so that will make it polar covalent bond. So these are all the different kinds of bonds that can form. No need to go into the detail, but if we understand the periodic table, then the information given here will become very much easy. Okay, so there is hydrogen bonding also, that when there is a polar compound, then between the 2 molecules also there can be attraction between the positive and negative charge. So we'll get into the details later, but before that, we understand chemical bonding. Getting the ABC of chemistry is very important, and all the chemical reactions is about how different kinds of this all dance of electrons. Okay, so different kinds of like compounds and elements come together. Okay, they get some energy, they move to a more stable state. Okay, and this is how all the chemical reactions take place. Okay, so let's go back to the today's purpose, that is to learn through card games. I hope this small introduction was helpful. Okay, so the purpose is to remove the fear of the periodic table, and so we have done some results also by the from the camp that was organized in Tata Institute of Social Sciences along with the team called Merit. And so this is the results, and we found some improvement of about 33% with just 1 round of card games. And but we are not satisfied with that, and here we have Tejasri, who would demonstrate the improvements that is possible when they play regularly. So it's not just important to get these games, we have to play it regularly and repeat it again and again. So to quote Marie Curie, nothing in this life is to be feared, it is only to be understood. Now it is time to understand more so that we may fear less. So with that inspiration, so let's fear less and play and learn science. And so with that, I think we can
we can start the games then. Let's begin the dance.
I think good to have Sunny also together. And he is also
Sunny.
Sunny is also one of our students from Tejasri's batch, and he has also mastered not just the dance of electrons, but he also understood the whole concept of polar, non-polar, chemical reactions, valency, and everything. So I think with that we will proceed to the.
Okay. So Tejashree will be hosting our games. Correct, Tejashree? Yeah. So in between, Tejashree's net is fluctuating a bit. So audience, please bear with us. Whenever Tejashree's net fluctuates, Nikhilesh will take over. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So Tejashree, can you start with the first game? Tejashree, can you start with the first game? More the merry.
Yes.
Okay. So now you are the host. Yeah.
You can start, Tejashree.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Audible. Oh.
Okay.
She got cut again, Nikhilesh.
Can Sunny take over?
Yeah, Sunny, can you take over for us? Can you play More the Merrier with us?
Yes.
Okay.
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 So please tell the rules.
Bringing valency card.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Nikhilesh, why don't you play the first game for us? And
Okay.
In the meanwhile, Tejashree and Sunny will be ready.
Okay, so let's start with the game. So first rule online is to have the cards visible, so that there is.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and keep it like that so that you can shuffle it well.
Okay. We have shuffled the cards.
Okay, so the first rule is more the merry. Okay, so basically the element which has the higher atomic number will win the round. Okay, so what we will do, we will just shuffle and take out the top card. Okay, and we will say the element name and the atomic number. Together it has to be said.
Okay.
Okay, so we have helium-2. So my card is helium-2. And Jogita, what's your card?
Beryllium-4.
Okay, beryllium-4.
Mine is also beryllium-4.
Okay, so Nikhilesh wins the round.
No, more the merrier.
No.
Okay.
Both of you have won this round.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the objective is that we repeat this information in the game form, so that number and name gets coupled in our memory.
Okay.
So by repetition, that will be possible. So Tejashree, we have started the game. So can you open your first card in More the Merry?
30 zinc.
Okay, so 30 zinc.
So Tejashree is the winner for this round.
Winner of the first round. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's start with the second round.
23.
Yeah.
Okay. So have phosphorus 15.
I have titanium 22. I'm the winner so far.
Yeah.
What is that? 30.
25 manganese.
25 manganese. Tejashree takes it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So next, one more round.
Yeah,
one more round.
Yeah. Tejashree, open the card.
Chromium 24.
Chromium 24.
Chlorine 17.
Arsenic 33. Okay.
Helium 2. So Nikhilesh wins this round. I think 2 rounds have been won by Tejashree so far.
Yeah.
And one by Nikhilesh.
Okay. So that was More the Merry. So it's a very simple game. No prior knowledge is required, and it is basically a learning game. Okay, so learning game is about we just take in the information in a gamified format. Instead of mugging up the whole thing, we just take it in a gamified format. The other game is less is more with the opposite rule. So if you have a smaller atomic number like hydrogen, then you will win the round. Okay, so good to have Sunny back. So Sunny, we are playing the round less is more. Okay, so the player with the lower atomic number will win the round. Okay, so mine is vanadium 23.
Neon 10.
Oh, krypton 36.
Lithium 3.
Lithium 3. Tejashree is winning.
Yeah.
Lithium 3 and Tejashree wins.
Yeah.
This round.
Lithium 3 and Tejashree wins. Yeah.
Okay.
Next,
Next,
Next
Titanium 22. Yeah.
Oh, selenium
nitrogen
34.
7. Nitrogen 7.
Phosphorus
Sunny.
15.
Phosphorus 15. Tejashree.
Krypton 36.
Oh my God, Krypton 36.
Who won?
So Linsha
Then
is
Linsha
winning
won
this
that.
round. Linsha won
Yes.
this round.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
nitrogen.
One more.
So last round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready? I'll start. Lithium 3. Yes.
Oh.
Lithium
Beryllium
3.
4.
Carbon 6.
Oh, 4, 6,
Beryllium 4.
carbon
Everybody
6.
is close.
Neat. Lithium 3. Okay. Sunny and I tied.
and
Okay.
Jyotita.
Tejashree 7. Yeah. So Sunny and I tied in this round.
Nitrogen 7.
Yeah.
Yes. So this will help us remember both the lower end of the card and higher end of the cards.
Higher end of the cards.
Good
Correct.
games.
Correct.
Okay. So with that, let's play the third game, that is Special Someone. I think Linsha
Special
can.
someone ke rules.
She
Can
can.
Tejashree say?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
I think if
Tejashree, will you be able to explain us the rules of the third game? Special someone.
Special someone means if my one remove the card means I remove the card nitrogen 7. So
Okay.
it means till I get nitrogen 7, I will try to remove and means take out the cards.
and show it. Yeah.
Okay.
Means
So
we
for
have to
example,
match.
Tejashree, can you start one game so that it
Yeah.
becomes clear? Okay, so let's keep the cards here,
Yes.
right in the deck, right in front. Okay, just shuffle it. Tejashree, can you tell which one is the special someone?
Fluorine 9.
Fluorine 9. So just keep it in the screen. Okay, so what we will do, we'll show the top card and say it out like germanium 32, no, keep it.
Bromine 35.
Selenium 34, no.
Bromine
Mag-
35.
Phosphorus 15, no.
Selenium, no.
Beryllium 4, no. So
24.
if you get fluorine, you have to stop.
Selenium 34.
Arsenic 33, no.
Fluorine
Oh,
9.
you got it.
Arsenic
Yeah.
33.
I got it. I got it.
Okay, so Jogita won this round.
Yes.
Okay, so Fluorine 9 is a special someone.
Yeah.
And so that's how we play this game. So we just shuffle it again. Sunny, can you now show one special someone card?
And third round में Nikhilesh is special someone Linsha will show. What is
Magnus 25.
Manganese
Okay,
20.
I'll start.
Argon 18. No.
Okay, magnesium 12,
No.
sodium 11, magnesium 25. Magnesium 25 is the beryllium 4. Krypton 36.
It's important to show the card. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lithium 3, no.
Iron 26.
Vanadium 23,
Sulfur
no.
16. Oh my God. 15
Fluorine
phosphorus.
17.
Selenium
14
Really
sodium.
exciting.
Vanadium
Selenium
20.
34. Oh,
24, no. Very close.
potassium 1.
19
Carbon-
potassium, no.
Germanium 32.
Vanadium 21.
Phosphorus 31.
Boron 5.
Selenium
28.
21.
Zinc
Cobalt
20.
27.
Fluorine 17.
26.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
25. I got it. I also got it. Nikhilesh and I tied.
So it's a tie.
So manganese
Tie.
25 is the special.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, okay, last time Linsha will host.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the special
Special
someone is
someone.
Scandium 21.
Scandium 21. Okay.
Okay.
11 sodium.
Chromium 22.
Magnesium 12.
Vanadium 20.
Fluorine 7.
3.
Boron 5.
Nitrogen 7.
Yes.
Arsenic 33.
Scandium,
21.
he got it.
Copper 29.
He got
I
it.
knew I am the special someone.
I hate you.
Yeah.
Nikhilesh won 2 rounds, so I think this
Okay.
game you're the winner. Yeah.
So, okay. So that was the third game, special someone. So we just explored one more game. Okay, so that will actually test our chemistry also. So what
Right.
I will show. So this game can be termed as birds of same feather.
Okay.
Okay, birds of same feather means we have to find all the elements in that group and show.
Okay. Same
Okay,
group.
you have to, yeah, of the same group, and there's a reason behind it, because they all behave in the same way chemically also. Okay, so in the birds of same feather, for example, let me start with this. Okay, hydrogen. So what you have to do is quickly look into the group and pick up all the elements of this group.
Okay.
Look into the card, everything with group 1. Yes, all the
Sodium
cards.
11.
Yes, sodium is one of them. Take out all the cards of the same group. Yes. So Linsha, you have to take out all the cards. Lithium, sodium, potassium, all of them.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah,
Lithium,
Tejas, we
sodium,
have got-
potassium.
Yeah. Can you show it in the screen? Yeah. Good. So hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium. Okay. So what that will do is keep a track of the memory. Like all these elements go together
Correct.
chemically. Okay. So hydrogen के साथ lithium, sodium, and potassium. Okay. So let me take one more
Then
example. The other extreme, that is fluorine. Yes, very good.
Okay.
So that is one. Okay. So the second round, fluorine.
Fluorine.
So all elements of the same group 17. Can you just look into that?
I got
Oh,
Okay.
chlorine,
Chlorine.
Yes.
bromine, chlorine.
Yes, very good.
chlorine.
So all the three together. Sunny, can you show all the three together?
I don't got.
I have got two.
तीनों को एक. Yes.
Got two.
Yes. Fluorine, chlorine, and bromine.
Okay. Got it. Yes.
Okay. So it has been color coded for this ease of visualization.
Okay. Yes,
And,
yes. So
the
yeah,
more
definitely you can see the difference in colors. So this game becomes easier if we also focus on the colors and the group numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, they form a group. And if you can clearly see that what is common in them is they just have one vacant spot out in the outside. Okay, so in the
Yeah.
dance of electrons, they all dance in the same way. They will all prefer to take one electron as that.
Correct.
Chemical
So
reaction.
Sampada has given us a feedback that birds of the same feather is a great way of learning elements of the same group. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is something that doesn't get highlighted so much. The interactions of similar elements in the group, in the same group. Yeah.
Yeah. So after that we have one more very interesting game, and it's Chemi Poker. That's also we can play.
Okay.
Okay, Chemi Poker, right? So just like in poker we form groups, right? So in Chemi Poker also what we have to do is pick up 5 cards in total.
Okay.
Pick up any top 5 cards, okay, and show it here in the screen, and see that if there is any group that is forming there or not.
Okay. Similar groups.
Yes,
Yes,
similar group.
even I got that. Similar
Yes,
group.
I also got it.
Okay, so just to clarify, these transition metals, the one with iron, cobalt, and all that, so they belong to a different class of things. They might not, we can't call it a group, but it's more like transition metals. So they all lie in different groups, but they are all can be classified or grouped together as transition metals. Okay, so iron and cobalt, so they are all transition metals. So yes, Linsha got higher point. Yeah, she got higher points since she has 3 transition metals.
Okay.
Yeah, I have 3
So it's
times.
preferred to have these transition metals.
That is one preference. The ideal is when you have all the 3 noble gases, like helium, neon, and argon. So that will be priority number 1.
Okay, pretty much like normal poker. So
Yes,
Yeah,
the same
yeah.
poker rules
Same
can is applied here.
be applied here.
Okay, so we can have one more round, and hopefully we
Yeah,
get
yeah.
like we can remove the transition metals also from this game, so that if possible we can have a more, what do you say, without their interference we can make groups. So if you can just 21 to 30 if we remove, then this game becomes even more interesting. Okay, so we have removed the 21 to 30 cards from 21 to 30. So
Okay.
and these are the main group elements. We can say whatever we have are the main group elements. So now if we pick up, say, let's instead of 5, let us take 6 cards so that it is easier to form groups. Okay, so we have taken 6 cards.
Okay.
Okay, so you can see here. So I have 4 of these different groups: beryllium, hydrogen, gallium, and fluorine. And I've got one group, nitrogen and phosphorus. So it's a doublet. I have a doublet.
So I got this combo
Wow.
of fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and I also got krypton and helium.
Wow, that's a full house, I would say. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, Tejasri, yours?
Tejasri
She
also
also
has
got
the
Couple of
helium
pairs,
and
I guess.
yeah.
Two
Got-
helium, neon, aluminium, and gallium. 2
Very
groups.
good.
So I got gallium, silicon, neon, oxygen, potassium, sodium.
Great.
So I think the group is. Can you show the group? Yeah. So again, we have to focus on the information where that is grouping. So whenever we
Yeah.
form a group, we just have to take hardly 1 minute time to get that information together. Okay, nitrogen, phosphorus, group 15, 25, 285. That's it. So that is the learning that is happening when we are playing the game. So let's just not see it for entertainment purpose, but just as and when we encounter or playing these rounds, we just take in some information.
Correct.
Okay, so can we play the last round of this? Since this is Sunny, what's your group? You just show.
Sulfur and selenium.
Okay, sulfur and selenium, group 16. So in this case, you have to mention the group also. Which group you have formed together.
Yes.
So Tejasri, can you start? Pick your 6 cards and show to us. Okay, so again I have this.
So I got 2 combos.
Okay. I just got one.
I also got just one pair. Chlorine and
Gallium
bromine.
and sulfur, magnesium and calcium.
Okay, magnesium and calcium. Yeah. Linsha, what's your pairs?
Bromine, fluorine, and selenium, sulfur.
Yes. So group 17 and 16, right?
17 and 16.
Okay. I got group 15, that is nitrogen and phosphorus.
I got
Yogita
group
got?
3, group 17.
Yes.
Yeah.
What a
And
pair.
Sunny,
Group 17 and fluorine.
chlorine and fluorine. Yeah.
Group.
Tejasri?
Aluminium and gallium. And
Aluminium and gallium.
magnesium and calcium.
Magnesium and calcium. Okay. So far, I hope everybody enjoyed both playing as well as seeing how it can be done. So these were all part of the learning game. Okay. So these are learning games, and that means we just play and learn using these games and get the information. Now let us move on to the assessment game. That means suppose you want to conduct a quiz or you want to conduct a competition among yourself, whether you have understood or not. So we'll just play 2 assessment games together. Okay, so one assessment game is who am I? Okay, so what I will do, I will not reveal the information. Okay, and we have 2 experts here, Tejasri and Sunny. So they will battle it out and tell us like which element it is. Okay, so I will start from the bottom. Okay, I will start with the property. I will give very vague information first and more detailed information later so that we build upon it. Okay, let's start with property. So it's a non-metal. Okay, it's a gas. It gives or shares 1 electron. Okay, it's a non-metal. It's a gas.
What?
It can just remember it. Non-metal gas. It can give or share one
Hydrogen.
electron. Very good.
Group.
Okay, so,
Very
Hydrogen.
good. Very good.
so the right answer is hydrogen. Okay, so when if you are not able to answer, then I will reveal more information. But since like once you start playing, then things fall in place and you can just guess very quickly. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, so it's a solid, it's a metal, it gives one electron. Okay, it's in the first group, that means it's an alkali metal, and third period.
Lithium. No.
No.
Sodium.
Answer
Sodium.
rated. Yes. So Tejasri is right. Yeah. It's sodium. Yes. Okay.
Yes,
so,
I told him.
yeah. So both of you told. So it's sodium. Okay. So if you are not able to get from the vague information, we will slowly reveal the details, and then for difficult cards also you can get. Okay. So that would like once you play, even with vague information you can get. And suppose if I give the atomic number, it becomes very easy. So if I say the electronic configuration is 288.
18 argon.
Yes. Correct. 18 argon. So it becomes very
It's
obvious.
very impressive. They're very impressive.
Yeah. So let's just continue one more and
Yeah.
okay. So it shares 4 electrons. Okay. It's a metalloid. That means it's a semiconductor. It's a solid which is in the third period.
Silicon.
Very good. It's silicon. Yes, excellent. So it's very easy as and when you start playing. Okay, so this is one of the assessment games that we can try. Like who am I? That's given in the rule. So there's one more assessment game which we have put up online itself, and we have given the name as Asima Cards of Elements, and in honoring one of the famous women Indian scientist and chemist, Dr. Asima Chatterjee. So I just want to share the screen, and Tejasri and Sunny will again take turns to play this game. It's a memory game. It's a very interesting memory game. Okay, so let me just okay, so I hope I'll just share the link also. Okay, I hope this is
You can share
visible?
it on the private chat. I'll add it to the comments so that people who visit
Okay,
can see.
okay. So just a second. I'll just share it. Okay, I'll send the link here. Okay, so this is something which I feel the audience can also play with us together. Like they can try it out. We have just shared the link. And the rule is very simple. Every turn, we will open 2 cards. Okay, since it is labeled here, you can just tell it the label out and I will open it for you. Okay, you will open the 2 cards, and if they are of the same group, then they will remain together. If they are not of the same group, you have to remember the position and it will get closed. Okay, so this is known as a periodic pairs memory game. Okay, so I think Tejasri and Sunny know the rules. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so Sunny, your turn. You are able to see the screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, so your
A1
turn.
before.
A1 and B4. Okay, so A1 is oxygen, group 16. B4 is fluorine. Okay, Tejasri.
A2.
A2, argon 18. A2
and B1.
B1. B1 is nitrogen 7. Okay. Sunny?
I think he's not there.
Okay, so anybody can take the turn. can say it out and I will play for it.
A4 and B6.
A4, sulfur, and B6, boron. Okay.
A1.
A1, oxygen, and
A4 and A1.
very good.
A4.
Okay, so once you remember that which one pairs with each other, then you can make the pair. So oxygen and sulfur are members of the oxygen family. They are in group 16. Their valence electrons are 6 and their oxidation state is -2. Okay, their valency is 2. Okay, so that will stay. So continue. So Linsha, you can take the turn. Yogita, Linsha, anybody? A5, phosphorus.
B2.
B2, aluminium. Yeah.
B1.
Yes.
B1 and B5. Sorry, A5.
B1 and, okay, very good. B1 and A5.
A5.
So again, nitrogen, phosphorus, they are in the same group, and group 15 is the right one. Okay, so this is a good way again to make the pairs. Yes, let's continue.
A3.
Magnesium.
B7.
Sodium. Yeah. Tejasri.
B4.
Fluorine.
Fluorine. B5.
B5 is carbon. Okay. Now Linsha.
A3.
Magnesium.
And A8.
Silicon. Okay, I think
Again,
one pair
you
is
got
now
it.
available. Yeah. Tejasri. Sunny is
B5
there?
and B8.
Okay, B5 and A8. Yes, correct. So carbon and silicon, group 14, they are together. Okay. So let's continue. So, yes.
B6.
B6 boron.
B2.
Very good. So boron and aluminium, they are in the third group of the periodic table and their oxidation state is +3. They both want to give 3 electrons. Okay, so continue.
Tejasri.
Yes. A6.
A6, lithium. Where was sodium?
A6. And A3.
A3. A3 is magnesium, very close. Yes, Linsha.
A2.
A6
A2?
and A3.
A2 is argon.
B8.
B8 is beryllium. Okay, now I think every pair is now visible. So you can finish the game quickly. Tejasri.
Tejasri.
A3.
Magnesium.
What is B8?
Yes. B8. Correct. So beryllium and magnesium, they form a group. Second row of the periodic table. Okay.
B4.
Now, B4, fluorine. So where was chlorine?
A6.
Lithium. Very close. Yeah. Tejasri.
A6 and B7.
Yes. Lithium and sodium. They are grouped together. They are the alkali metals. Okay. So Linsha.
A7.
A7 neon.
And B4.
Oh, almost close. Fluorine. Yeah.
B3.
Okay. Yeah. It's okay. It was B3. Let's see that. Okay. B3 is chlorine. So what is the other
So
one?
I think it's A2.
I think one is open, chlorine. So what would be the other one?
B4.
Fluorine. B4.
So chlorine, fluorine, they form a bond. Okay. And A7 and A2, they form a bond. Okay. So this is something which we can play in group. But suppose if you want to individually test each other, I just want to give one demo how to quickly play it. Just start opening the cards together and remember sodium, boron, okay, lithium. Sodium is a pair. Okay, beryllium, phosphorus. Okay, carbon, chlorine. Okay, we remember. Okay, this was boron. I think that won't apply. Oxygen. Okay, silicon. So where was carbon? We don't have it. Fine. Okay, aluminium, boron, it's a pair. Okay, carbon, silicon is a pair. Nitrogen, phosphorus is the pair. Sulfur, oxygen is the pair. Magnesium, was there a beryllium? No. Okay. Argon, fluorine. Okay, neon, argon is the pair. Okay, fluorine, chlorine is the pair. Beryllium, magnesium is the pair. So what we can try to do is, even in the mobile you can play it and try to get it within a minute or within 2 minutes. So if you keep practicing, what will happen? The whole pairs will become a part of the memory. Okay, so this is one of the other games that is available for us to play. And so I think with that we gave a full extensive demo and of all the games that we wanted to play.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, thanks to Tejashree and Sunny for joining us and showcasing their talent.
Thank you, Tejashree and Sunny, for joining us. And thanks all
Any
the audience.
questions from the audience who want to ask us, or any doubt, or sorry we didn't give much.
No, there were not many questions. A lot of audience have loved the reaction that I'm seeing is this is, I think, the most commented on video as we are live, and most of them are positive feedback, Nikhilesh. So if audience has any particular questions about the games or wants to get in touch with Nikhilesh, and you can go and like all his pages. It's called Aasan Vigyan. We have shared the information on our page as well, and we tag him on our Instagram pages also. So you can go and check out his work constantly, and also please visit his website aasanvigyan.in. I've shared it on the comment section. Thank you everyone for joining.
Just to say that whomsoever having these card games, and whenever they need a demo, we are just waiting to play with people. So no charges, anything. So consider that as we will be always available to play games together. So if anybody wants to play games, play the card games online, or need some information related to the card game, the WhatsApp number is available on the Facebook. And mentor your students or anything in that line. So we will be always available with.
Okay. So with that, I close the session now. Thanks everyone. Thank you for joining the live.
Thank you very much.
We make this content available offline as online on YouTube and our channel, on our pages as well. So you can go and see this later. Thanks. Bye.